Hello and welcome to our final 9 holes from the 2018 Memorial Championship at Vista del Camino Park. We've got lead group action, JomezPro coverage, a close battle, everything you could ever ask for, including BigSexy commentary, Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
And this tournament has been dominated for so long by Paul Macbeth. He's on second card, but we have got a chase at the top. We've got Simon Lizotte right there at 38. Eagle McMahon, one stroke back.
37, yeah.
And you and James are right there on their heels.
I think we're at 34 and 33 currently. Hole 10, par 4, 651 feet. This is a tough one. It's got OB left, not really any OB right, but a pretty tough wall of trees. If you get under them, it can be tough. James is going huge here, but I think we have a thrower warning alert.
Thrower warning. You got to pick one or the other.
Yeah, I believe.
No one's ever gotten away with both.
No.
You got to do, unless it's an intentional cut roller kind of situation.
Yeah.
In that case, it's a roller.
Yep. I'm going leopard 3 up the middle.
And kind of surprised in a way that I would assume that James is going for the high and the big
air shot. Yeah, you would think.
Because that tunnel shot right down the middle kind of suits his game. Surprised he didn't go with something a little bit flippy and just kind of crush one down the middle.
And if you want to see big rollers...
Oh, no. Keep going. Are you freaking serious? I mean, if you can roll a PD2, you're going to get distance like that because,
yeah.
I mean, that disc is crazy overstable to start off with.
Yeah.
And when overstable discs get flippier and they turn into rollers, they tend to turn into the hugest rollers of all time.
What would you do if you saw a bigger roller right here, right now?
I'd probably not believe it.
What if a picnic table tried to get in the way, but it just couldn't do it?
No way.
Monster shot. All of the 650. I mean, he's basically pin high.
What? I mean, he's rolling that. That thing's hitting the ground at 350. Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's I don't want to, it's stupid is the word that I can think of.
And here is James after going OB. And he had a
goodness
grip lock, and this is trying to go OB again, but
it doesn't
go OB. He came up to me afterwards saying, man, I should have thrown a touch forehand there. I guess the shot must have been a little bit harder than he would have liked from that spot.
And so James is going to be falling off the course here. I mean, we got 2 eagle looks here, and after your quality approach, by the way, nice approach shot there. From the knee, low ceiling.
Simon looking for that eagle. He was laughing at himself like, no, nice layup, Simon. Oh, boy. You know, he wanted to run it, but it didn't come out quite as aggressive as he needed it to.
Eagle, what a highlight that would be.
Man,
I mean,
just a bit low.
I've only heard legends of rollers that made it to the gazebo. And
yeah.
That's really cool to see it.
Now we've seen it.
Yep. I believe it. It can be done.
Yeah, by a select few.
Nice.
Make a birdie.
Yeah, nice birdie putt there.
I like looking at the scores when I'm the only one who's tapped out. So mine's ticked over to the next number.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so maybe Simon and Eagle might miss their putts.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever happened, but...
Wait a second. All right, yeah, sorry, buddy.
There we go. Good birdies from them.
So James takes a bit of a slide there with a
bogey.
An ill-timed bogey for sure, so, yeah.
Hole 11, par 4, 759 feet, OB on both sides, on the slope the whole way. The play here is just to try to bite off 400 to 450 off the tee and set yourself up for an approach. Just stay in bounds.
Yeah, 450 gets scarier because when you're throwing that distance, your disc's going to have some skip angle on it most likely, and it also pinches in this fairway at about 450 feet is really where it starts to get narrow, up on the left side of the fairway. So as long as you can avoid not being glued to a tree.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not too close.
Okay. But the common mistake here is just people playing a little bit too safe of a hyzer and going out OB over this path quite early.
Mm-hmm.
And Simon just plays that just to perfection. Really nice hyzer. Never had a chance to go OB right or left. dead center, middle of the fairway, probably right around 430, 440.
Yeah, I think so. The caddy book says that one big tree is like 430 or something.
Okay.
So Simon might be pushing 450 if that measurement's accurate.
And Eagle with a very similar shot, just really no danger at any point.
James with that signature style.
And if you see him throwing just off to the side of the tee pad, the Memorial gives us some opportunities to go off to the side of the tee pads and throw from the grass in some areas. So let's not hear any foot fault calls here.
No. Here comes X-Cal tracking for the pin. I had to move the gallery back again.
No! Oh!
We hit the top of a light pole, but
we are in bounds.
Yeah,
yeah,
so it was a mixed reviews there. But yeah, pretty unlucky catching the top of that.
I'm going to say
it's going to be parked.
95% of shots that hit that light post go OB.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what angle you're coming in.
Yeah.
You hit the light post, it's just going to find its way out of bounds. So that's a very fortunate breaking away.
I think I kind of grazed the backside of it, still able to move forward a bit.
And James with another nice Anheuser shot, just really a textbook in how to make a hyzer course not a hyzer course with this MD4.
Yep.
And Eagle a bit long in his approach.
Simon going with the little forehand up the middle.
Showing off some good touch there. Maybe a little bit short, but still inside the circle. Wow, unfazed.
Yeah, give me some SloMez. Yeah, had to get that one after the bad break with the light pole. I even went right up to Jomez. I said, "Don't worry, man. I'm going to make the putt."
That's in without chains.
Yeah, it was very right, but it worked.
It was just over the cage, coming in hot, and Eagle is going to be maybe falling 2 behind.
I'm not sure why we saw me again there, but Simon, meanwhile, airballed.
Oh, wow.
And here he is coming back. He was shocked. He had a little miscue, and this is for his par.
Wow, that's, I don't know what to say about that. That's, not like him. So this is the last round, obviously, and we do have a cut after 3 rounds, and so we're having the cream of the crop playing this course on this day. I'm surprised 45% of the field birdied this hole.
That's so many.
That's a huge percentage. This is a very difficult hole, especially. It's a very fast fairway the whole way, and the distance makes it really tricky.
Wow. Hole 12, par 3, 351 feet, but playing longer than that because it does go up the dam here, and all of that gunite rock surface is out of bounds. So you have to make the grass on the top. If you don't do it, you're basically going to have to re-tee. You can move up a little, but footing might become an issue.
Really
going back to the X-Cal well here.
Okay, and hanging it out over OB and just over the gunite and inbounds. That's a very quality shot, leaving you about maybe 28 feet or so.
Yeah, something like that. And here's James going with the mid-range Anheuser again. Mid-range on this hole, you really have to pump it.
Right. Oh, no. And it looked like it had all the speed, just kind of stalled out about 3/4 of the way there.
Simon with a similar play.
And, yeah, he can get away with anything stalling out.
So good. We gotta see that. We gotta see that again.
Yeah, bring it back. Let's see if they can show the hover.
Yeah, it just looks like a helicopter floating down, like zero skip. Perfect angle, perfect speed, perfect control, and just flop.
That's
Tap
beautiful.
In. Tap in. Eagle lining up the forehand. Goes with a nice, smooth 30% power swing. And he's up there.
He's going a little bit too long, unfortunately.
He's up there on the green. James moved up to the beach. And it's a hyzer.
What? Ladies and gentlemen, James Conrad on hole 12 has done his first hyzer of the round. And it looks like he'll be saving his bogey.
Eagle for birdie.
Oh.
No.
Bit hot. Maybe just a bit too high and off to the left. But that was a pretty good looking putt.
And this is me to go 9 down through 12 and close within 1 of Eagle, so I'm trying to make my move.
Yeah, and if Simon misses that putt, you're within 2 of him.
Again, never happened that I've noticed. He's like within 1 Simon arm of the basket.
And James is gonna reluctantly tap in his bogey, back-to-back bogeys on 10 and 11. I mean, that's a tough stretch. You do not want to come out of those 2 holes at 10 strokes. You want to come out more like 6.
Yeah, well, he birdied 11, didn't he? He went bogey 10 and bogey 12.
Yep.
But still.
Yeah.
Hole 13, par 3, 405 feet to the raised basket. Water all along the right. There's a Mando on the left that forces you to stay on the water side. And then you've got a path late that could make an OB problem on the left side.
And really not a surprise here. This is the second hardest hole on the course. I mean, it could easily be the hardest if hole 9 was called a par 4.
Yeah.
Very tricky with that mandatory. And, wow, makes the mandatory.
Yeah, I got around that, but I had not seen it skip so hard towards the OB before. It scared me.
And playing a hyzer towards the pin is really tricky because there's some trees that hang out over the water that make it really hard to clear. I don't think it's hard for Simon to clear them, but actually, he gets caught up.
Caught up by the last one, and he's got a layup from there. That's so far away.
You got a 2-stroke lead. You're not running any sort of elevated baskets that are near water.
Eagle, I thought it looked really good, but he knew right away. He's like, that's way short.
Yeah.
And I guess he was right.
It's so, I mean, obviously these guys just have seemingly infinite power, but you can't throw it that high and get it to this hole.
Yeah.
It's just not, that ain't happening.
And this is the real route. What we all probably should be doing is just going fairway driver up the middle. It's scarier to me, but it's more, it's less lucky. If you execute it, you're going to be up there. Though James did come up a bit short. Simon lays it up.
Calling on his alter ego, Simon lays up.
Yeah, I thought about running that for a bit, but then I said, no, you're only 1 stroke back. There's a lot of holes left. I don't think Eagle's running his. I'm just going to move on.
Interesting you say 1 stroke back because it looks like are you conceding?
No, but I was taking one. I take 1 crush boy at a time.
James has gone OB. Oh, my goodness. So that's going to be a second straight bogey, 3 bogeys in the last 4 holes for James.
The Rat is the newest mid-range made by Innova Champion Discs. It has a low profile, which makes it comfortable for both backhands and forehand shots. Be sure to look for it soon at your local stores and online retailers.
And we got a spectator out there helping James get his disc back, so that was good. Hole 14, par 4, 655 feet. We've got 1 Mando tree on the right that you have to go left of. Otherwise, there's OB long, OB left, OB right. Pretty standard stuff for Vista.
Yeah, I'm going to call this the skippiest ground in Arizona on this hole.
Okay, that's part of why I'm going Thunderbird here, to kind of try to not take that destroyer skip.
And I mean, just very little angle, and that still was trying its hardest to go OB left, which I think they may have kind of cut into this fairway a little bit this year. I feel like it's a little bit tighter than it has been in years past.
Maybe you're right.
Not by much, but just enough that those shots that maybe scooted up there with those hyzer shots and stayed in bounds in years past are now OB.
It would probably be a good move. If they didn't tighten it up, they probably should, because hole 6 is so hard, 14 so easy. If you move that line a little, you might even them out a bit. Good shots there into the landing zone. And we've got just James left. And this one, he ripped out a bit right. Spectators need to get out of the way. And they do, but they didn't bring their water bottle with them. And
oh, no.
I feel really bad for James. And also, in a way, I feel bad for this gentleman in blue, because I'm sure has a heavy heart at this moment when he left his water bottle there. And it certainly cost James.
Oh, no.
His disc would have made it back in bounds, I have no doubt.
Yeah, that is just so unfortunate. You know, the gallery, it's great to have them out here, but man, and when they get in the way of the play and provide obstacles that weren't there for other players, it really becomes quite frustrating.
And part of the
obviously.
problem is just that Vista is designed, the park itself is just along this little waterway, and the park is only 300 feet, 400 feet wide.
Right.
So there's just not room to put for the spectators to go anywhere. But really, really unfortunate. As you see Eagle go around the outside, park the basket. I'm also going around the outside. And not quite the skip I wanted, but it's in the circle.
Yep. Still a quality shot there. And yeah, Eagle got that thing high enough so that it could really move right and had enough angle to just spike in on this really fast surface.
Simon going straight at the pin.
Again, yeah, inside the circle.
Mm-hmm.
But, he'd like to have maybe a tap in at this time, of course.
Sure. And here is James.
And this is for par save. Looks like he's running it from about 80 feet or so. And he'll have that left for 5.
Simon for birdie. Easy enough.
And he's going to maintain that 2-stroke advantage. Running out of holes.
I know. Here's my birdie look.
I didn't like the way you said
It's
that.
horrible.
I feel like you kind of
I didn't mean to foreshadow, but it's hard because that was such a stupid miss with Eagle parked right there. I was trying to charge back on him.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
James takes a big skip off the basket.
And that's a longer putt for 6 than he had for 5. James needs this to go. Oh, goodness. This is heartbreaking, man. Especially 3 out of the last 4 holes he bogeyed coming into this one.
And it's so hard to know how much a bad break like that can rattle you. So, from what I know of James and how solid a player he is, I'm going to chalk a lot of those mistakes up to the fact that water bottle thing happened. It's just so hard mentally. And putting your all into this tournament, trying your hardest, and then something like that happens to you, and it can kind of take you out of your focus.
And besides these last 5 holes, he's played a very solid round, but that's just what happens. And if you have a moment of lapse of focus, it just happens so quick and you don't know what happened.
Hole 15 is 741-foot par 4 with 2 mandatories on the left side so that you have to stay up the middle. Common play, big roller or big anhyzer. We got a couple guys that throw some rollers on this card, so look out.
And that is the way to really get aggressive. Hit that hillside there, and that way you're constantly fighting away from the fence. And this is going to hyzer back down towards, I want to say hyzer, but finish off left with the roller, which I'm going to call that a hyzer roller.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's ideal, and that takes a lot of, and that's a risk-reward type play there, because you're going inside those 2 trees. You're all of a sudden taking this wide-open fairway, and you're cutting it basically in half.
And Eagle goes with the wide roller.
Okay, and that's the other option.
And it's heading uphill, but it's got good angle.
Right. So the problem is there are so many places on this hole. Oh, goodness. So he's way... All right, there's no
he's
problem.
Gonna move left. He's like pin high.
That is just so freaking good. It's so difficult to control that angle that far. And this hillside, it just wants to ramp up. And that fence, there's just enough room underneath it that you can get a roller to go OB. And you take a page out of the Simon book here.
Thunderbird, a little heavy on the cut, but luckily it's kind of just burning out. It's not trying to run way out of bounds. So that was good. Good break. And I'm past the first Mando.
And coming back to the left is actually huge, or actually from your advantage, or from your vantage point, it's off to the right.
Yeah.
That gives you a much better angle to attack the hole with that second Mando coming in play.
And James,
oh my goodness,
huge turnover, needs to make the Mando.
Come on.
And it misses it.
Oh no. I thought for a second he used all that frustration from the prior hole to go into that one, and he did.
He crushed it.
Just barely missed the right angle there, and he's going to have to go to the drop zone, but he'll still be in position to save his 4.
I'm going with big hyzer.
And that needs to get down.
Who knows how it fights through that tree?
Oh, no.
I'm not sure how it did that, but it is out.
And if that just hits the ground without being obstructed by a tree, maybe it has enough angle to just dig.
It's possible.
It's so hard to tell.
James going underneath.
And that's a great save there. James needs this this is a huge... To go another bogey at this time is just meltdown mode, so...
For sure. Eagle such an easy approach
Yeah.
on such a hard hole. To have that left is incredible. And Simon apparently even closer, even though I think Eagle's roller went farther
Yeah.
distance-wise. But they're just making that upshot so easy on themselves.
I mean, not many times you get to see somebody throw a putter at 30% power to get their birdie here on this hole. Oh, quality par putt there from Nate.
Save a par. Haven't had a bogey for a couple days. Didn't want to start now.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a really awesome fight back after 3 down first round, 25 under in the next 2, and then
Yeah.
still putting together a solid round here as well. No bogeys.
Birdies for the Crush Boys. Pars
For the non-crush
for
boys.
the non. Well, even though James out, he could be a Crush Boy if he's a little younger, perhaps.
Yeah, sure.
Hole 16, par 3, 372 feet on the hillside. You can see, you can really throw this however you want to. Flat backhand or forehand skipping up, both work great. Simon is going backhand,
And
and he's moving towards the out of bounds.
that needs to hit the hillside, and it settles there nicely. And so much fun to watch that thing spin as it comes to rest.
Yeah, he is safe there. Eagle going to go with the forehand. Big opportunity here for Eagle.
Yeah, we're down 3 holes left, down 2. He needs to get all 3 of these and hope that Simon makes a mistake. And this isn't really, no.
Pretty unbelievable that it skipped all the way up that hill and got out of bounds.
That almost takes him, I mean, you can't do anything at this point. Like, the best he can
gonna
do
be
is a
tough.
par here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that is a really unfortunate break. This hill really serves as a backstop, a very reliable source for the disc to just ramp up
Yeah.
and sit down.
Yeah.
And Eagle just has too much power for his own good sometimes, and all the way up the hill and gets a little roll OB.
James with the gentle turnover going straight at the pin. This was a beautiful shot.
Yeah, nice shot, James. And Simon wisely laying up here. No need for anything here.
He'll gladly take a 2-stroke lead with 2 to play, considering that hole 17 is the easiest hole in the course.
And that's just assuming that Eagle makes his putt.
And that was a weird putt for me. It kind of hooked on my finger. I don't very often miss my line, but that one I just airballed to the right.
And that was also an opportunity to maybe catch Eagle for second, but
Well, the ship had somewhat sailed with him taking strokes from me on the previous 2 holes, but certainly it would have been nice to put a little more pressure on him.
and a good par save there.
Eagle hits his par from the OB. James for the birdie. Nice. James takes the only birdie on the hole.
Yeah, a bit surprising there in this situation. I mean, not the hardest hole, really. One that you'd like to get every time. But, yeah, moving him 2 holes to go.
Yeah, hole 17, par 3, 243. Some OB left, some OB long, an elevated basket, but really no obstacles at all. Pretty easy hole. It was here that I finally asked a spectator for the score update and saw that I had a pretty comfortable lead on Ricky Wysocki, who was already in the clubhouse. So I was feeling pretty set in my 3rd place position at this point, not really feeling like there was any chance to catch or be caught.
And James with it's so unorthodox to see something come in Anheuser on this course.
He was trying to ace.
Yeah, okay.
He came up low, but he told me before he threw.
Okay.
He said, "I'm going to ace run this. What else can I do? I need to save this round."
Yeah, and that would have been so cool to see. I mean, especially with this basket being elevated.
Yeah. Simon parks it. Eagle throws it pretty hard.
And that's got to stop. That's got to stop. And does, just barely in the nick of time.
Pretty worried when I saw that. I'm going with the Germ signature disc, the mortar.
And, all right, so no ace run here.
No, I don't know. I mean, 3 back. He's gonna. I don't know. I wasn't thinking about it that way.
All right.
Maybe if it was the win I was going for. I
Okay.
don't know. But I'm not going to go too crazy.
Right.
I didn't want to lose 3rd place podium finish. Ricky was back 3 or 4 maybe.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to go too nuts.
And we're going to have 2 more tap-ins. We're going to have a star frame moving into the last hole of the Memorial Championship. And thanks as always to Discraft for presenting this tournament for 30 years now.
Really a fun tournament to play. Great to be in the warm weather, big open courses. You use your power. It feels so good after being in the winter and cold.
It's a great warm-up for the rest of the season.
Definitely. Hole 18, par 3, 381, elevated basket, water just there on the left. Interesting here with a 2-stroke lead. See how Simon plays it. James looking to finish strong, and it looks like he's going to. That is a fantastic shot.
You know, when things don't go your way, it's just something special about finishing with a birdie in front of the crowd like that. Nice shot there from James.
And here's Simon, and that is his mid-range, so I'm going to say he's laying up. But this was actually pretty scary.
Ooh.
He tried to play it really safe, but he was pretty nervous because he almost slid that in the water.
I mean, the safe play for him is
the big hyzer. And Eagle going for the ace here. Said it before he threw it. His dad and him were talking strategy.
Yeah, I mean, with Simon already up there playing for 3.
Yep.
Hole in one's the only way to do it. And
Eagle's in the water.
And that's 3 straight years that we have had an opportunity in the last hole for the player in second place to give an ace run.
Yeah.
To potentially push it into playoff. And sit down. Yeah, Nate Sexton. A great finish. And, well, you're most likely not going to catch Eagle.
No, not likely. Simon, 60 feet, not even close to interested in making that.
Yeah.
Just going to slide it up close and assure himself a win. Taking a little moment to let it set in. Eagle to save a meaningless par.
Oh, okay. All right.
Doesn't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
He still got me beat.
And again, finishing in front of the crowd. What a great comeback. Bogey free in the last 3 rounds. You played phenomenal golf this week.
3 of the best rounds I've ever played in a row. 36 under, bogey free in 3 rounds.
Yeah, that's awesome. But the story of the day obviously goes to Simon, who just kept it together the whole time.
He played fantastic. Eagle tackles him. The Crush Boys on cloud 9 right now after coming away with 2 big wins after they spent that 5 weeks in Switzerland working hard together. Mm-hmm. They are really... it's paying dividends. They're playing great golf.
And Simon looks in better shape than he's ever looked before. He's focused. He's come into the season, as Eagle has, with a new mentality, a new refreshed poise, ready to go this season. And it shows.
Definitely. Here is our final leaderboard. Simon, Eagle, Nate, Ricky, Paul is your top 5 and a huge tie for 6th.
Been so close so many times, so I'm so happy to finally have held on to that lead. Eagle played great. A lot of guys were pushing from the back, but I felt like things were going my way, and then it's hard to lose. I had no idea what was going to happen. Eagle, with his momentum, with his confidence right now, there could be a lot easier people to beat. So I'm super happy that he got second. He's been playing amazing. His win last week was awesome, and I'm glad I got this one. So now we're back to even.
Great job, Simon. Leading the field in park percentage, birdie percentage, 4th in fairway hits. You can putt even a little bit, you're going to have a good weekend.
And he can putt a lot of bits.
Yeah, he can.
Congratulations to Simon Lizotte on his first ever Memorial Championship. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We've enjoyed bringing it to you, and we'll see you guys soon at the Waco
Charity Open, right?
That's right.
Yeah, we'll see you there.